2020. What a year.
What a year.
What a year.
Let's talk about it.
Well, you know.
Hey, wait.
What?
You're supposed to say let's talk about it too.
Let's talk about it. Well, I was going to say that it's not 2020 anymore, so we need to update that.
We need to switch it up a little bit.
But you have to say your let's talk about it too now, Lindsay.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so now it's 2021.
Okay, work.
And we got to do a wrap up of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And talk about the ways in which it changed us.
Right. Oh, man. Where do we even start? I can't believe it's almost March again. Well, it's not almost March again. It's only the end of January, but still.
Well,
this whole thing.
It's close enough. We still haven't recovered from March 2020, and the fact that we have March 2021 coming up, it's like, oh boy.
And March is really when everything started, like big time. So 1 year coming up. I love to see it.
I was just thinking yesterday how long. Oh, did you guys hear my Midwestern accent pop right there? Yesterday. I was just thinking yesterday that it's been a hot minute now since we've just like wearing masks in public is just normal.
Yeah.
For most people.
If someone flashes me their chin, it's worse than if they flash me like their titties, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I even remember like when everything started and originally people were like, oh, you like only people who are sick will wear masks, or like you don't have to wear masks in public. And then it like how that evolved into like, no, you need to wear masks all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was just interesting how like new science came out and like we really saw that develop.
Yeah, we kind of saw everything just kind of come together or fall apart depending on.
Yeah.
I like wear my mask in like drive-throughs too, which
you
know is
Yeah.
not like a common thing. Like I work at a Starbucks now, which is cool. And no one wears their masks in drive-thrus.
That's honestly so
almost
whack.
No one.
I always put my mask on when I go through the drive-thru.
No, same.
I went to a drive-thru with my dad. We went to Starbucks actually, and he like didn't have the mask on for the drive-thru. And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Why would I need that?" I'm like,
because you're still gonna be close.
Yeah,
to someone.
it's still you're still interacting with people. It's not for your safety. It's for the worker safety because they deal with so many people.
You would. I feel like we do just really live in an area though where people are so anti-mask, and like I notice it definitely a lot at our job too. And it's like, why are you? We had actually multiple groups come in yesterday where they were like, I was like, you guys need to have your masks on in the lobby, and they were like, oh, we don't have any. And I'm like, why are you coming out? You're coming to a mall. You're at a mall.
Going anywhere.
Exactly.
Why are you going? Like,
did you think you were just gonna get away with it? Like,
right.
Every business requires you to wear a mask. We're not gonna be any different.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yep. I love the people who pull it down when they talk to you.
I know.
I'm like, come on, guys.
I love the correlation of pulling your mask down when you sit down too.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that a lot of people do that. They'll like sit down and they have to pull their mask down at the same time. And I'm like, what do you know?
And
just
every time they
sitting
do,
down doesn't mean
they let out the deepest breath. They're like, I'm like, no, keep your mask on for that.
Please don't breathe all over my couch.
Breath particles everywhere.
No.
That made me yawn when you took that deep breath.
Oh.
Yeah.
What can I say? Power of persuasion.
But we're back in the studio today for the first time for a while. It's exciting. I forgot about it.
So did I. We woke up 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean I wasn't excited about it.
Exactly.
There's just a lot going on.
Yes.
That was probably the fastest I'd ever moved when Karina was like, hey, we have a recording session in like 20 minutes. I moved faster, definitely, even faster than we all moved when we were being chased by airport security.
Oh my God. I don't think we could ever move faster than that.
No, I moved faster than that today.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is.
I took a full shower before I got here. So.
Wow. Seriously?
Wow.
Yes, I did.
You woke up at what, 9:30? 9:40.
It was
like 9:40.
I called you at 9:38. So,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
I was like,
Holy
oh
shit,
shit.
Lynn.
And the first thing on my mind was take a shower.
And your hair's not even wet. Like, you're glowing.
Thanks,
Wow.
guys.
Wow. So anyways, let's talk about kind of where we started last year, what we were doing, how our vibes were, you know?
Like at January 2020?
Like at like the beginning of the year, yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember.
I remember very well, actually.
What was life like back then?
I genuinely don't remember either. The first thing I remember.
We were doing Mamma Mia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was like auditions. We were still all in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was a theater major. Life is good.
Yeah. Wow. Where were you?
Linz?
I was still at SFA. I don't think I was here for New Year's. I think I was in Nacogdoches for New Year's.
Weren't you here for New Year's?
I don't remember.
What did we do for New Year's?
I don't think I was here for New Year's. I think I was in.
You were in California.
I was in California with my
we were at
family.
Anna's house. Yeah, you were there.
we were in a. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that's true.
Y'all FaceTimed me.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
We had a 1920s themed party.
Yeah.
We all FaceTimed, did the little countdown together.
That's right. I remember now. But then I went back to SFA, and everything was sunshine and rainbows.
You sound very convinced that it was all sunshine and rainbows.
It was all sunshine and rainbows.
It was all sunshine and rainbows.
Not a cloud in the sky.
I was cast in a student-directed show again. And then we never got to do it.
Yep.
Because, dun, 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 COVID hit.
Yeah.
What?
It's really crazy to think when it was just kind of starting. I know it sounds so weird for people to be like, when it was just starting to become a thing, because it had apparently been a thing for a hot minute.
Right.
But like, it was spring break. It was like right after spring break. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And
We just never went back to school.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like so crazy. Like, I have not been back on the SFA campus since March of 2020.
Wow.
But I had two friends from SFA. They were staying with us, and we were like going all sorts of places. I'm really surprised that we didn't end up, because like we fully went to like the Space Center and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
that was
you remember?
That was Jess, your little English friend.
Mm-hmm. And Richard was with us too, and yeah, that was like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And
Like,
that was right before like the airlines and everything were about to close too. So she
That
had
was-
to like fly back home quick.
yeah, because she was a
yeah.
foreign exchange student. There were two of them, and they had to leave like right after that.
I remember that.
Wow.
I remember giving her a reading that said that she was gonna have to go back. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was wild. And I remember too, like, so like Mamma Mia, first of all, that crushed me having to cancel that. Because the vocal fry is real today. So I was getting to assistant choreograph, and I was also playing Allie, and it's one of my favorite shows of all time, and it absolutely killed me. But we also went to Lindsey's a cappella competition in Austin.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Wow.
that happened.
And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was like one of the last things that we really got to do
Mm-hmm.
before. And we also had like planned a camping trip like in the summer
Yeah.
in Austin, which we didn't obviously
Yeah, we
go
didn't
on.
get to do.
Yeah, it was a whole year of planning things and then not getting to do
Everything.
them.
Yeah, actually, this summer, my family was supposed to take a big trip because my grandma was retiring. So we were like, hey, let's all go to Europe, right? And so we were going to take a cruise like through Europe, which I was so excited about. 'Cause obviously, like,
Right.
who doesn't want to go travel the world? And then like every month, like my mom would be like, okay, we're still going to keep the tickets, like just in case this all blows over, until it obviously reached the point. And then we were just like, okay, we have to cancel.
Yeah.
So that really sucked. I was like, dang it.
I was supposed to go to Ireland.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
this year really was supposed to be a traveling year, but
Yeah.
was not.
The universe had other plans.
Yeah.
She said, no.
Yeah, but how about, okay, so adjusting to college online. How'd that go for everyone?
Not well.
Not well. Not well at all.
It was terrible. I don't learn that way.
It felt like because there was so much pressure on everybody, students and teachers, there wasn't really like a great transition.
Yeah.
And it really felt like everyone just had so much on their plate that the students were left to do like all the work themselves, including teaching themselves and like doing all their work. And it just felt like everything just kept piling up more and more. And it's just, first of all, I was not in the right mindset to do homework.
Right.
I was focusing on other things like surviving a pandemic as a diabetic person. And yeah, it just felt like I wasn't learning anything and that I was wasting my time almost, which I know isn't true for a lot of people, but for me, I just felt like I was not getting anything out of it. So I ended up just dropping out, and maybe one day I'll go back if schools end up opening up again.
Yeah.
I'm in the same spot. I was doing film classes and like tech stuff, and because I had decided to do a year of that and get a certificate in that. And then I tried to drop out and then couldn't because Lone Star wouldn't let me. And so I failed every single class. And I swear to God, my GPA must be like a 1.5 right now. So I'm also not going back to school for a little while.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the vibe.
That is the vibe. Ew, you know, well, I knew from the beginning that I wasn't going to go back. But I felt really bad about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like really like, okay, I'm already kind of off track a little bit. I already have to go to college for a few extra years. And I was just like kind of really beating myself up about it, about not going back. And, but it kind of took me a little while to realize, and I'm sure other people have felt the same way, that like, oh, they're off track and all this stuff. But it took me a little bit to realize that like after the pandemic, everybody is off track. Like there's so many people. There are more people that there are probably more people that didn't go back than people who did go back.
I don't think at this point there is a track to be on.
Yeah,
I think everyone's just surviving.
Which I feel like that whole idea of you're supposed to go to college and you're supposed to graduate in 4 years and all of that stuff should have been just destroyed in the first place.
I agree.
So I think that's kind of one good thing that kind of came out of the pandemic too, is like we finally got rid of that stigma that like if you're not on the right track, then you're a failure.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel like
On the right track.
Thank you.
Anyone like that Pippin reference?
It's good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like that is one thing that I noticed as well, is that people are kind of realizing that people always say like, oh, well, college isn't for everyone, right? I feel like now people are more, you know, susceptible to believing that, right? Because so many people now either can't go to college or they're just focusing on other things, and realizing that if you don't have a degree, it's not going to be the end of the world.
Right.
It might like be a little more challenging depending on which area of career you want to go into, but for so many things you don't need that education, you know?
Right.
I don't know, because like a college degree is now something that like you grow up your whole life thinking like, hey, you need to have a college degree to be able to do anything. And if you're coming from a place like a low income place, for example, if you don't have a college degree, you can't expect to be able to invest anything because you don't have any money to invest, or find yourself in like a self-made career because you don't have the money for that kind of thing, you know?
Right.
But then you also don't have the skills to go into a career that like needs it. So it's kind of, in a lot of cases, required to get a college degree unless you're going to like work in a restaurant and work your way up to like management. But, you know, unless that's like your dream in life, then there's not a whole lot you can do without it.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that, just purely for the fact that if you don't have money to pursue like something else, and like student loans can really like that can destroy a person.
Yeah.
But for like really the only thing that you do truly need a degree for is like STEM or business. Other than that, like it does help a lot to like, obviously you learn so much in college and there's so many classes you can take and it's a wonderful experience. But I think it's become such a thing like where it's like, oh, well, I have to. You don't have to. You can live your life however you want. Obviously, you need to find a way to make money because you can't exist on this earth without money, unfortunately. But I think like, obviously like where there's a will, there's a way. But that is true, I think, in a lot of cases. So college can help a lot, but it's not the end of the world if you don't go, you know?
I also feel as if the climate has potential to change a lot because of COVID. I think a lot of places and fields are going to start realizing that, like, hey, obviously maybe not like medical fields and stuff.
Right, I hope not.
But a lot of places are going to be like, hey, you know, this kind of has messed everything up. Maybe we should stop focusing so much on whether or not somebody has a college education and whether or not they're actually capable and good for the job, you know, because you can still be a good fit for a job.
Well, it's just like, it's scary because like I personally come from a low income background, and I come from a family who no one has a college degree. My mom went to college for 2 years for journalism, and then she dropped out, still trying to find a job in journalism, but was never able to get a job in anything. And she's been working in a restaurant for the last 45 years. And like, it's just, I don't know, it's a scary thing. Like, I think for a lot of people, there's a feeling of hopelessness coming out of the situation. I know for me, like I am terrified that I'm never going to get a job in anything, regardless of like getting a college degree, you know? And I don't know, I think for me, it's just like my whole life feels like it was kind of riding on a college degree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in that same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's a great time for an upheaval.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a good time to just like reassess like what really is important to people, like what is important to you specifically, and just figuring things out, you know? Like it's at this point, I feel like the whole world's on a standstill, you know, and who knows how long it's going to be. It just feels like we have just paused regular life and everyone is just on survival mode. I was thinking about that the other day, how in the past, like we always had something to look forward to, right? There was always something coming up, something new, something whatever. But recently it's like, okay, I have to get up, live through this day, and then go to bed and then do it all over again. And it just feels like there's less stuff to look forward to just like in the future. Cause it's not like you're like, oh, well, if I get through this week, then like I can go on my trip, like go to my trip this summer or something like that. It's just, it's not there, you know?
Yeah.
So it does feel like it's like hopeless in a way, but it's like, it will get better. It just sucks right now, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I think one thing that this has definitely taught me is that you can't live your life in the future tense. You have to live it in the present tense.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're living life in the future tense of what comes next, then you're not going to enjoy the little moments that you have now. And that's why I think like, especially like mindfulness is super important. Like I meditate and I like write in journal and do all that sort of thing. And like the small happiness is just as big as the big happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
Exactly.
Like the small ones that you find in your everyday life are just as big as like your cruise around Europe, you know,
exactly.
like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't get through it without that right now.
Yeah.
Focus on the little things, guys.
Yep.
Focus on the little things.
We didn't even like talk about, I know we're talking about like personal stuff, but if we want to talk about some stuff on like the global stuff, like we can talk about the thing that happened at the Capitol.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of, it's just like also crazy. That's just another thing that kind of adds to everyone's plate, is just the political climate is just so horrendous right now. Hopefully it'll get better now that Joe has been sworn in, but
now that we are Biden's America.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, still isn't going to be great, but
right.
It'll be better.
Yeah,
exactly.
Let's hope. Yeah, well, so what happened on the Capitol, I just remember the day that I was at work, so I hadn't been able to like check my phone or anything to look at news. So I found out through my mom, and she was like, yeah, stay safe out there because there's a lot going on today. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, they're like storming the Capitol. And I was like,
huh?
They're doing what?
Excuse me? And I was like, honestly, like I did not feel safe at work because you never know like when stuff like that happens, like what's going to happen in other parts of the country too. And I knew that like, or I had at least heard that they were planning on doing some like riots and stuff in Houston as well. And so I was like, get me out of here. I want to be at home. I'm so scared. And she was like, yeah, I'm sorry I even brought it up. And I was like, honestly, I would have found out eventually. I have Twitter.
Yeah. I was at Michael's whenever I found out. And I was like, I remember seeing it and like texting y'all and being like, oh my God, are y'all seeing this shit? Because we have like a big group chat and everyone was just like screaming in it for like 45 minutes because it was just this absolutely crazy thing that's happening. And like, I mean, this whole year has been nothing if not history before its eyes, you know?
Yeah.
And that
I'm sick of living through historical events.
Yeah, that was just like cherry on top of the cake.
It's like, it was cool for a little bit. It's not cool anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to live through any more historical events.
What do you mean it was cool for a little bit?
Well, because like you get to the point where you're like, wow, I'm living through some very like monumental events that are absolutely going to be written in the history books.
I mean, exactly. Like I'm gonna be a first-hand source. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
but cool. Also I'm sick of it.
It's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where it's like we've lived through so many historical events just in 2020. I'm tired. I just want the rest of my life to be boring.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't want this anymore.
If another thing never happens, I'll be fine.
I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day how in the future, like historians might use people's like tweets as like firsthand accounts.
For sure.
You know, and that's just gonna be so interesting. Oh man.
In the freaking textbooks are just gonna be like completely digitalized. You know,
Yes.
like everyone's gonna have their little iPad and they're just gonna be like, you know, they can like watch videos that are embedded in the textbooks and stuff. You know,
Yes,
stuff like
that's
there's
gonna be
fully be
crazy.
like gifs and stuff in textbooks.
Oh my gosh. There's going to be so many memes.
So many memes.
So many memes. Because that's how
Meme culture.
humans cope at this point.
Exactly.
They just make memes.
There's gonna be so many of the Bernie.
Yeah, the Bernie sitting at the inauguration.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny though. He really got up and was like, I'm choosing comfort over style.
But also, you have to remember that he is a 79-year-old man in
Is he only
30-degree
79? I thought he was
weather.
Like 90.
I mean, who knows?
Bernie Sanders is an immortal, actually.
Exactly.
So.
Bernie Sanders is the new Betty White. Anyways, y'all want to hear about what's trending
Betty
on
White
Twitter?
isn't dead yet.
No, I know. Neither is Bernie.
Yeah, exactly. Wait.
Are you trying to tell me they're the same person?
Have you ever seen them in the same room together?
No, I mean, because Betty White is, what is she, like 90? I think
She's
she's like
old.
93,
Both of their names
actually.
start with a B.
Oh my
I looked
goodness.
this up very
You're
recently.
right. My mind is being blown.
Hold on. Her television career spanned over 80 years. She's 99.
Oh my goodness.
This woman will not die.
Imagine living to
How old is
99.
the Queen? How old is the
The
Queen?
queen
of
is
England?
old.
Neither of them will die. They can't. They're immortal.
That's true. That's facts.
Watching Andy's like facial expression journey right now is
No, it took me to the Queen Mother for a second.
work.
And it was like she was born in 1900, and for a second I was like, "There's no fucking way."
1900.
The queen has been alive since the 1900s.
No, I know. That's why I was
121
like,
years
because I just looked up Queen Elizabeth, but it's Queen Elizabeth II, and so I was
The
exceptionally
sequel.
confused.
The
for
squeakquel.
Queen
Enough.
Elizabeth to Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly.
Okay, wait. How old is she? She's 94. Okay, Betty White's older than the
Dang.
Queen of England.
Oh my gosh, Betty, pop up.
Anyways, y'all want to hear about what's trending on Twitter? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
let's talk.
Trey Songz in a violent altercation with a cop at a Chiefs game. Y'all
Huh?
ever listen to Trey Songz?
No.
Yeah, like as a kid.
Yeah. There's a couple other things. Let's see. Silent Hill is trending, the game.
Why? Because of the 12-foot tall vampire woman that
Oh my
everybody's
gosh.
thirsting over?
Oh my god, is it?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
No, wait, wasn't that for Resident Evil?
That's
Never
Resident
mind. Those are
Evil.
two different games.
Oh,
Silent
okay.
Hills.
Silent Hill's different.
Silent Hill. I mean, do y'all remember the Silent Hill PT that they released?
I have never
I-
played Silent Hill ever in my life.
do
well, this is
remember that.
incredibly
Is that the one with the triangle heads?
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
That's all I know about that game.
Why? Because people thirst over it? Or
Do they?
Yes, they do.
That's weird.
I saw like a TikTok of like someone being like, "Yes, Pyramid Head." I was like,
I mean, I
"No."
kind of
Pyramid
understand.
Head."
I played
No,
Dead by Daylight, and you get to like watch him like running at you, and like it's a little bit, hot, right?
No.
Okay, and maybe
Michael,
that's why
did you
people are
just thumbs up
thirsty.
to DVD. Nice. Also, Fortnite Crew is trending.
Fortnite crew.
Don't know what that means.
We should all play Fortnite, ironically.
I've never actually played Fortnite.
Ironically, I am top of the ranks
Oh my God.
constantly.
Are you saying that you would actually enjoy it?
I actually have never played Fortnite. Actually, that's not
I've
true.
never-
I played it. I played it a
I've-
couple times.
I have never played Fortnite. Actually never even watched somebody. Actually, that's not true. I've watched Super Mega play Fortnite, but I've never played Fortnite myself. I feel like I would be really bad at it.
Yeah, it's different than like a regular shooter because they have the whole building aspect
it's
in it.
not just a regular first-person shooter. I'm really good at first-person shooters, but I just like with
Also,
the building thing. I
at this
wouldn't be.
point, like if you even try to like start playing, you're gonna get
I'm gonna be
absolutely
absolutely
destroyed.
destroyed,
'Cause
yeah.
just everyone has been playing for years, like
Right.
so long now.
Guys, this is really funny. Hold on. Let me go back to it. So this says something fishy is going on in American kitchens, and then the little title line is grocery shoppers are stocking up on a surprising amount of seafood. What is going on? And I don't know why, but something about that is absolutely
What is going on?
What is
hilarious
going
to
on?
me.
Why we got so many fish in the
No,
in the stores?
I just bought like a giant bag of salmon, and it's sitting at home.
Word.
There you go.
See it?
There you go.
Let's see what else.
I might also start buying salmon.
You can have mine because I'm not gonna fucking eat it. I just bought like a giant bag of it though.
Why would you
Why?
buy it
I
then?
didn't need to. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be healthy and stop eating dairy for a little bit. Let's eat some fish. And then I made one and realized I don't really like fish that much. I'm not a big fan of
That's such
salmon.
an Andy thing to do.
So I have like a giant bag of it in the freezer at home.
I want like sashimi salmon. I want to make sushi out of it.
Well,
Dude.
mine is some cheap Walmart frozen salmon.
Yeah, that's not what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
wouldn't.
about.
I wouldn't eat that raw.
You know. It's also, there's another article. There's no coronavirus baby boom. It's more like a baby bust, which is kind of funny.
As it should be. Everybody stop having
children. Why would you be having children now?
Well,
is my question.
Thought, like, people were gonna be going home and like fucking, you know?
Right, but like, who has the energy?
You know, it's really comforting, like saying a joke and like watching you two just dead face at me, and then Michael just on the side.
That's because we've heard it all before.
At least Michael thinks I'm funny.
Michael just needs to hang out with us for like a few hours, and then he will never laugh.
And he'll stop laughing. Oh my god, that's horrible. Are we gonna do predictions for this year?
We should.
Or are we still recapping 2020?
God, I'm scared to.
Fair and valid.
Yeah.
I know this sounds very optimistic, but I feel like by the end of 2021 we will reach some point of normalcy. I feel it kind of in my gut. I'm a very intuitive person, and I like this, like when thinking about that, I feel like that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be exactly the same, and we're still going to be taking some pretty major health precautions, but I feel like we are definitely going to reach a point where it'll be close to what we used to know. Yeah. You know,
boy, are you gonna look stupid when we're gonna be saying the exact same thing next year?
Oh yeah.
No, you asked for a prediction.
No, I agree with you. I hope, like, at least from what I've heard, my mom works in the insurance like field, and she's been saying that like everything with the vaccine is like looking really good, and everything has been working so far. And she said probably around the summer is when things are going to start really rolling out. And she was saying that her coworkers are already like planning weddings for like the winter and stuff like that.
All right, well, maybe let's calm down a little bit on that one.
Well, because they're saying that everyone's going to be like vaccinated. Right. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I hope so. Yeah. I hope everything turns out.
Me too. I've only ever gotten to go to one concert, and I want to go to more.
Oh no!
I was talking with my personal trainer the other day about like, all of us 20-somethings are like here. We've like earned the right to just go out and do stupid things, and we haven't even had the chance to.
Exactly.
Like I feel like it's like a rite of passage. You know, like you went to school for so long, for like all of your life, and then now you're finally at a point where you're getting out of school, or you have a little more free time from school, and what are we gonna do? Sit in our rooms and play Minecraft, like
build a farm in Stardew Valley. Yeah, it's crazy. Like we really didn't get to experience that.
We haven't gotten
crazy
to
20s.
Like I'm 22 years old. Not once have I gotten to really like go to a bar or like go to a nightclub.
Never been to
like
a club.
Anything like that. I've not been able to do that because it's like, okay. I mean, like gosh, it's so crazy to think that I was 21 right before the pandemic hit. Like the pandemic hit like a few months after I turned 21. So like and then you turned 21 in the pandemic.
Like March 19th. That is, I think one day later, they did full shutdown.
I got the email that SFA was shutting down at your birthday party.
Yeah. Yes, it was insane.
So I was like...
That was the only like piece of normal, like that was the last piece of like normalcy.
That really was. That was really the last time that it was like right before.
And it was still even like everything was right about to shut down. Like I had to go like, cause we got that Airbnb, but we had to go like through the cellar because the actual app was like, hey, we're not letting anyone book anything. But we were like, okay, come on, like it's gonna be fine. We only had 10 people there. That was still when the restriction was like 10 people at the most.
Yeah.
But we followed that, and we had a good time. No one got sick from it. But
we also didn't
that was the last hurrah.
Know the full capacity.
That's true.
Just really wasn't. We weren't sure.
Plus, we had seen it from like China, but we were kind of just like,
yeah.
First of all, China's numbers are skewed, I'm sure. But then we were also like, well, we're young and dumb and invincible, and like
exactly,
this is fine, you know. But
plus, everything in the media was like, oh yeah, young people like won't get sick from this. We were like, I bet, like let's party, but you know, not anymore. Not anymore. It's still a good time though.
Yeah, and now like countless of my friends have gotten COVID. I mean,
I had COVID.
Karina over here, and like,
I don't know how I haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I'm
completely
I am
honest.
so you don't understand how happy I am that no one around me got COVID, because if any single person got it, I would have felt so guilty. I don't even know where I got it, honestly.
It's shocking that I didn't get it because we lived together.
Yeah. Well, I wore a mask everywhere.
Yeah. But we didn't know how long you had COVID, like, before then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had it on your birthday when we went to the thingy. Because that was when I was like started feeling sick, and then I tested positive in like December 6th or something like that, and then test negative like
really
December
crazy
14th.
because I remember us talking. We were like, "Where did you get this from?"
Yeah,
because we're careful.
Yeah,
we're careful, and like we all hang out. But I mean, like you guys live together.
We live together. And we work together.
And we work together. So, it's crazy. There's been a lot of close calls at our job.
Yeah, there has
for
been.
sure.
A lot of groups.
Stop coming and doing escape rooms in a pandemic, please. We had I had a lady call the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, so we had scheduled for tonight, but we can't come anymore because my son tested positive. We got his test results back." And I was like, if you were waiting for your son's test results to come back, why did you book an escape room in the first place?
Why are you going anywhere if you're waiting for test results to come back?
Yeah, I was like, ma'am, no, that's not how this works.
I love it.
Goodness gracious, you're putting all of us at risk.
Yeah, it feels like half the people that come in to do escape rooms don't believe in the pandemic, and they think COVID is fake, and the other half are calling us telling us that they have COVID and have to cancel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
I have once in a while groups that come in, they're fully masked, they're wearing gloves and all of that stuff, and it's like, thank you. Like I've had to tell so many people that come in they need to be wearing their masks, and they roll their eyes at me. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, then leave. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you do an escape room if you're not gonna wear your mask. Like, goodbye.
We're trying to run a business here. We can't have you infecting everybody else.
It's just so crazy, the mindset. But any other predictions for this year?
This sounds so weird, but apparently something in Joe Biden's like astrological chart says that something is going to go wrong in his presidency. I was reading that on Twitter. I got like this really big hole of like people being like, yeah, this is going to be crazy. I'm like, what's going to happen?
I've seen that. I know exactly what you're talking about. And apparently in Kamala's chart shows something about her having to step up.
No way.
So who knows?
That's crazy.
Who knows? I always take
astrology is fake.
I love astrology. It's like one of my favorite things. But I still will always take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, of course.
But
it's still a neoscience.
Yes, but dang, could you imagine?
That would be insane.
That would be crazy. On the topic of politicians, I would like to remind everybody that politician worship is weird. Don't do it.
Yes. Kamala Harris is not a girl boss.
No.
Okay? She's a politician. She's there to do a job.
It's still so important to hold politicians accountable. I know that so many people are excited that we finally have a Democratic president again.
But
let's calm down, okay?
Yes, please.
Pictures of Bernie at the inauguration are pretty funny, though.
Right.
Bernie.
But Bernie's not doing anything right now.
Bernie's not. Yeah, he's not doing. We can
just
still.
Vibing.
Yeah, we love Bernie, but that's because he fights for the people.
Right.
However, most politicians do not.
Yeah, exactly.
They do not care about you.
So let's.
So don't care about them.
Let's kind of
hold them accountable.
Enough with the Daddy Joe thing. Like, let's stop. Like,
yes. Have we learned nothing?
And exactly. We do not worship politicians.
Yes.
We expect them to do what's right and do what's best for the people, hopefully.
And yes, that includes AOC. I know.
Yeah.
But she's still a politician. Yeah. And if she does something wrong, we need to hold her accountable.
Exactly.
She's good so far, but you never know.
But if you're a politician, you're on thin ice automatically.
Yes,
so.
Yes, exactly.
But
yep.
Now that we have that out of the way, just had to put that in there. Because I know a lot of people are like, yes, Kamala, yes, Joe. No, that's...
Work. Yeah.
Do you have any predictions, Andy?
Not really.
Good, nice talk.
I feel like I I tend to be a super optimistic person, but like, I don't know, y'all. I'm feeling a little bit pessimistic. Like, and I don't want to contradict what y'all were saying about like being hopeful about things being normal by the end of the year. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of weird about it. I don't really have any predictions, I don't think.
Well, if you speak your mind, girl.
Yeah, if you have like a one that differs from ours, like that's fine. Well, I mean, they're just predictions.
It's not even having one that differs. It's just genuinely trying to go into this with like an open mind and not expecting anything or anything like that, because I don't want to speak anything like that into the universe. Because either the universe, I'm going to be like, this is going to suck, and then it's going to suck, or this is going to be great, and the universe is going to go, huh, psych, and don't want to jinx anything.
The way that I'm looking at it is when 2020 started, it was normal. It was fine. There wasn't anything bad that was going on. And I'm speaking from like personally. I went into it, I was like, this is going to be a good year. And then it wasn't. And I feel like that's just kind of how the balance works. So in my mind, if a year starts out good, it's going to end pretty bad. If a year starts out bad, it's going to end pretty good. So that's kind of how I look at things.
Interesting.
2021 has started off for me very poorly.
Yeah, horribly.
I have genuinely started off this year feeling like the universe was trying to kill me. And that just means that it has to end good, right?
Exactly. Karmic balance, right?
Exactly. We need that balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Anything you guys hope to accomplish this year?
This sounds crazy, but I want to drop an EP.
Yes.
I want to drop an EP. I want to drop an album. I want to get my music done. I am so determined to finish a good amount of songs where I can just be like, hey, I exist. I'm here. Who want to collab? I would also really like to get my stuff done finally with my talent agency and actually like go out and like do audition like my life depends on it. Like that's definitely a big goal. I don't have to get cast in anything. If I do, that's cool, but I just want to work on auditioning.
Yeah. Good stuff. Me. Good stuff. Andy?
Sorry. Okay. So I guess I was sitting here for a second and I was like, well, not really. Like I just kind of vibing, But I do think that mental health is something that I want to make really important to me this year, because it's definitely something that I tend to neglect because I'm like, well, if I don't know myself, then, we're totally good. We don't have to worry about it. But I definitely want to put that kind of at the forefront of my mind this year, as well as I really want to start making content, like making YouTube videos and doing things like that, because I don't know, that's always something I've been really interested in, and like also learning new things, maybe a skill that I can make marketable. Like I just started learning how to make earrings, which is really cool. Maybe one day I'll open up like a shop for that or something. As well as I want to like get better at like sewing and things like that. Because that's something I'm also really interested in, is like design. And so I don't know, I just kind of want to hone the skills that I've been working on, because the end of 2020 I started like doing that sort of thing, and that's something that I've really been enjoying. But yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I guess mine is kind of a combination of both of y'all in a way. I've been kind of going on this journey of like self-discovery just for the past couple months, just because there's nothing really else to do. Might as well get to know myself. And I feel like I've reached a point of like, okay, I think I am able to finally do the things that I want to do. So I've been like doing a lot of things. Like I've been starting to like make my own music, just for fun. It's not, I don't know if I'll ever release it, but it's just like a hobby I have for now. Like same thing with like, just I wanted to make some bracelets. So I went out, bought some beads, started making bracelets. Same thing with, one thing is like going into like real estate with my dad. So I'm starting like trying to get that off the ground and like start my own career and stuff, which I'm very lucky that I have my dad to help me since he's very skilled at that. But, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with life now that I am taking a break from college and just like really getting to know myself, getting to know what I like to do, and just doing it, you know? That's the thing. It's like you can know what you like to do, but actually doing it is half the battle, you know? So I'm just trying to reach that point, which, you know, I think it's gonna go good this year.
Yes. I'm excited to be able to like listen back to this episode too, kind of like when this year is done and just be like, oh,
I hope this ages well.
I know. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, that didn't age well.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Oops.
It's fine. You know, that's life.
You
if
mean
it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen
at all this year?
It happens. We're in a pandemic.
You're right. I gotta try.
Yeah. All right. Well, I believe that about is all that we have.
Yes.
For the moment. So thank you guys for listening. If you're out there, hopefully we'll be back again soon.
I will not be late for the next one.
They didn't even know you were late.
Yeah, they didn't.
It's an audio medium.
Yeah, we're good. This isn't on Twitch. But yeah, I think we have some kind of fun and exciting next couple of episodes planned. Maybe something a little bit on the lighter side than what we did last year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because who doesn't need a little sugar in their coffee, you know?
So true. So true, bestie.
So true.
So true, bestie.
God, maybe I'll do slam poetry this year.
Do it.
Yeah, but anything else from y'all?
That is all.
All right, let's do the plug.
Woo!
Okay, so if you want to find us on Facebook, you can find us at Lone Star College Montgomery Visual and Performing Arts. This is the same on our YouTube, and then we also have LSC-M Arts on Instagram, and there you're going to find stuff about the theater and this podcast and also the arts and everything else. Actually, same on Facebook and YouTube as well. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and 2021.
Wow.
What a year.
What a year.
Say bye in 3-part harmony. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.